Hello everyone, you're at the latest market news on March the 11th, 2021. House approved Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. The U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday gave final approval to one of the largest economic stimulus measures in U.S. history, the $1.9 trillion pandemic COVID-19 economic assistance bill. The bill would provide $400 billion in direct payments of $1,400 to most Americans, $350 billion in aid to states and local governments, expanded tax credits for families with children, and increased funding for vaccine distribution. Analysts expect this to dramatically accelerate the U.S. economic recovery. The House votes were divided along party lines, 224 and 211 against. Not a single Republican voted in favor. Democrats distributed the legislation as a critical response to the pandemic, while Republicans said the measures was too costly and rife with wasteful progressive priorities. The White House said the president would sign the bill Friday. Roblox gaming platform goes public on NYSE. Shares of U.S. gaming company Roblox Corp. closed up 54.4% Wednesday on the New York Stock Exchange, valuing the company at $45.2 billion. The company, based in California, U.S., is one of the world's most popular children's game platform that offers many games on mobile devices and consoles. Roblox shares opened at $64.5 and ended trading at $69.47, up from Tuesday's base price of $45 a share, based on the stock trading in less liquid private markets. At closing price, Roblox would have a fully diluted valuation of $45.2 billion and a market capitalization of $38.2 billion. Last year, Roblox benefited from increased demand for video games in the U.S. as consumers, amid a blockade aimed at curbing the spread of new coronavirus, sought out home entertainment. Stock markets rallied due to fading inflation fears. Asian stocks continued their rebound from a two-month low Thursday after U.S. consumer price reports soothed inflation worries and lifted the Dow Jones Industrial Average to a record closing level. The relative calm in the Treasury bond market has also helped the risk sentiment, with the benchmark yield settling around 1.5% after last week's one-year mark above 1.6%. The regional stock index excluding Japan rose 1.7%, led by a 2.3% gain in South Korea's Kospi, and was 3 days ahead for the first 3 weeks. While China's Shanghai Composite was up 1.9% and European stock markets also opened slightly higher. On Wednesday, the Dow Jones Index closed up 1.46% to 32,297.02 points, a new all-time high. The S&P 500 Index was up 0.6%, while the Nasdaq was down 0.04%. U.S. inflation was 1.7% year-over-year in February, while the Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose 0.4% month-over-month. Rolls-Royce suffers even greater pandemic losses. British engine maker Rolls-Royce suffered a larger-than-expected loss of £4 billion, $5.58 billion in 2020 as the pandemic halted airline flights. However, the company maintained its projections for cash outflows, which should improve in 2021. Rolls-Royce's model of charging airlines for the number of hours its engines fly meant that its revenue dried up last year when travel stopped. The company was forced to raise £5 billion from shareholders and in loans to shelter itself from the uncertainty. The company posted a pre-tax loss of £4 billion for the group last year, compared with the £3.1 billion predicted by analysts. Rolls was guided by the expectation that cash outflows would improve this year, assuming that travel would gradually improve, accelerated in the second half of vaccination programs progressed.